Alright, so we're farming. We're running a chisel plow in this tractor, and you can see this area over here, and I'm running pretty slow right now. It's 2.1 mile an hour, running about 1660 RPMs, 1700. I just finished that area over there, and you can see the lighter color, all the darker colors of stuff that I did. So I got this big long field to do here. I've kind of just started. I've only made a couple of passes on it. I just kind of started on it. So once I get it done, I think there's another small field right over here someplace. I'll have to go find it, that I'm going to do over there. So we be farming, and I'm going to let this thing run for a little bit. I'll let it run for a little bit and kind of watch what's going on. And I don't know if I'll do any narration or not, but I'm going to pick up my speed here and get her going. I've been running about 5.2 miles an hour, something like that. That seems to be a good speed for this tractor and this chisel plow. And I think you can see the chisel plow back behind me. Got it fully engaged. We had a little hydraulic problem with this morning. We kind of bypassed it. It was just to set the level of the disc, which we're not really using. So we're going without it, and yeah, there's that. So I get down here to the end of this and make my turn. I'll give you a little bit more narration. So anyway, I'm going to turn this back around to the old Buck Archer. So I'm up to 5.3 mile an hour, 5.4. That's about the right speed, I think, for this. It seems to pull pretty well, and don't really have any issues with it. This ground's pretty flat, and it's fairly dry, I guess. For as much rain as we've had, it seems to be fairly dry, and it seems to be doing pretty well. So anyway, this is what Doug calls ripping. So just ripping the ground up, I guess. What I call, and maybe some other guys call, a chisel plow. Where you're breaking the ground to let it dry out some, and it'll help get moisture down in the ground. And I don't know if he's gonna spray or do whatever, but if he does, then that will help get nutrients down into the ground. I have not seen any wildlife like deer or anything like that. But it's the middle of the day, and I don't know, it's warmed up. It was pretty cold this morning, 26, 27 degrees, something like that. Real heavy frost on again. But it's warmed up really nice, and it's it's a bright, sunshiny day. So yeah, we're having a good time. I can't even tell you what kind of tractor this is. I didn't really look at it that close. I've never been in one of these. Doug showed me kind of the ins and outs. Got a couple of controls down here. The orange one is the speed. That's RPMs. So, obviously you can run that up and down. This one right here, that's the throttle basically. It's a CVT, so it's you push that forward if you want to go faster. And then I got one button here, right here. That's my hydraulic button. So when I get to the end of the row, I raise up the plow in the back. And when I get to the end of this row, which is coming up, I'll raise that up, swing it over to the other side of that row, and then go back the other way. So I don't know if I can do that and hold this camera too. It might be a challenge. So hang on. that make you dizzy? I only got two hands. That's hard to do. I might have to figure out a way to use the magnetic mount in this camera and do that. I'm going to shut it off for a few, and I'll think about that to see if I can make it happen. Well, I can't figure out how to mount this GoPro in here in this cab. There's some metal in here, but there's nothing flat. I got a magnetic mount, but of course it'd have to be on the level, it'd have to be flat, so I guess I'm not going to worry about it too much. But anyway, it's about 2:45-ish, somewhere in that neighborhood, and been doing this since about 1 o'clock, something like that. So like I'm a veteran now, so I'm going to put this down and see if I can get some work done here. So I'll talk to you in a little bit. So it got dark on us anyway. Real pretty moon, and I think that's Venus up there next to the moon. If I remember right. Got dark on us. It's not that late. It's only 6:15, but you know the time changed, so it gets dark sooner now, I guess, if you want to call it that. They should have just left it alone. Anyway, we got lights, and got done with that little field I was working on, and now I'm on another one. But in any event, I don't know if I can zoom in on that. Not good enough to zoom in on it. I don't know if you can see it or not. Pretty cool looking though. But I gotta make a turn here, so I gotta put you down. So I'm just gonna shut it off.